Optimism on reopening and hopes of a coming vaccine help push the major averages higher. Meg Tirrell joins us now as Merck becomes the latest company to pivot its efforts to the virus response. Big news here, Meg.
That's right, Sarah. I mean, a company with a more proven track record in vaccines is hard to find. Merck announcing 3 deals today in the COVID-19 space. One of them is to develop an antiviral drug that they're in licensing from Ridgeback Bio. This is a small molecule or a pill that is currently in phase 1. The company's saying it's been shown to be well tolerated and they're going to take it through clinical development. But it would be similar to remdesivir, except that it could be taken as a pill as opposed to an IV, and so could be very helpful. We'll have to watch those trials. Company also announcing 2 deals on 2 separate vaccines. So they're going to take both of them through clinical trials. The first one is a deal with the nonprofit IAVI to develop a similar vaccine to the technology they used for the Ebola vaccine. And it's actually the same team. Mark Feinberg, the CEO of IAVI, was with Merck when they developed the Ebola vaccine. And that's supposed to enter human trials sometime this year. Company also acquiring a company called Themis, which is a privately held company, for another potential vaccine for COVID-19, expected to enter human trials in a couple weeks. I talked with CEO Ken Frazier by phone this morning, and he said they were looking for essentially 3 things in potential vaccines for COVID-19. 1, that the technology could be deployed broadly. 2, that only a single dose would be enough to confer protection. You wouldn't need a booster shot. And 3, that the technology has already been proven in people. He said they found that with these 2, and we'll get to hear more from him on your show, Sarah, later today, closing bell at 4 o'clock. I also just wanted to point out some news from NOVAVAX this morning, a much smaller company that has not yet gotten any products across the finish line, but today said they have started phase 1 trials of their COVID-19 vaccine in Australia. So that boosting the stock 16% this morning. And we're going to have that CEO on at 11:45 today as well. Sarah, back to you.
Hey, Meg, it's David. Looking forward, of course, to your talking to Ken Frazier later today, and Sarah on closing bell. You know, Ridgeback Biotherapeutics is a company I know fairly well. I think, as you know, there is the hope it would be a lot different than just remdesivir, that this would be an oral antiviral that you could take even prophylactically, perhaps, or at the first signs of anything, or even when you think you may have been exposed, which conceivably would be quite different, at least, and sort of act as that chain terminator. Again, if it works. They're moving into COVID patients fairly soon in terms of trying it. They think they've got the dosing right.
Absolutely. And I saw your interview with Ridgeback, a couple of weeks ago, so you were very ahead of this story. The comparison to remdesivir is really just in the way that the drugs work. But of course, the fact that this can be taken as a pill, and there is, of course, hope that this will be even more potent than remdesivir, whose effects have been described as modest. So we'll have to see how these human trials go.